Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. My gosh, I'm slipping. I'm all over the place today. I'm like Quinn Lisa, and you also know me as Lisa Mighty Davis. Thanks for watching the show. Tonight we have the one and only Johnny Litecoin back with us to discuss kind of what's going on in the crypto community. Is crypto self-destructing? Why is this big pull? Are we playing their game? Are we falling into the trap of they? And so we'll be back right after this with Johnny. Here's Johnny. Great to have you back, Johnny.
Thanks for having me back, Lisa. Great to see everybody.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. So we kind of jumped in already and got a little heat off the plate with frustration and kind of where things are going in crypto. But I thought, kind of what are you seeing in the market? Where you're seeing, like, is crypto self-destructing, and are we following they or plan? Is this part of the thing for self-destruction in the crypto community?
I'm just retweeting. Some reason your thing didn't. We are Did you post this on Twitter? Because I tried to see if it was.
Yeah, it says it's live on Twitter, but it didn't. It says Rumble, Odyssey, Twitter.
Then I go to your feed and it's not coming up.
And YouTube. Well,
all right. Well, guys, I tried.
Yeah, my husband can't find any of my Twitter stuff, and he can never find my YouTube channel when it comes up. So this is like, yeah, I don't know. I recently got one of my shows taken down with Skullcap, like almost immediately after it played. And I think because he was really bashing on a religious community that you're not allowed to talk about.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was the reason. And then somebody showed me a post that when they had the link to that video still, because I'd shared it with them to watch. And they said, when you click that, it says property of Disney. And now they are going back through my channel and swatting me for old videos that are like 8 months, a year old. And I have to take a class, a lesson, and answer 7 questions to not get a strike.
A compliance class.
Mm-hmm. I must comply.
Crazy thing is, Lisa, if I go to your Twitter feed right now, it shows you're live, but then in your feed, the video, it doesn't come up.
There.
It's not there. It's not there.
She's live, but we're not going to let you see
live video.
It may have been because
it lets me click on it, but I can't tweet it. Can't do nothing.
Nice.
This is wild. All right. Well,
that's why we have,
we can rewatch it, all right. So let's get started. So what was the question? How did we start again?
Oh gosh, I was saying, are we self-destructing? Is crypto self-destructing? And are we falling into they's trap? Is that their plan, is to get us warring against each other and self-destructing with ourselves?
We're completely self-destructing. They got all of crypto. Everybody hates each other in crypto. Bitcoin people hate everybody. XRP people hate everybody. This coin, that coin. I like Ethereum. I like Solana. I like this privacy coin, that Zcash. Oh, Monero. This, that. Everybody hates everybody. So it's like, okay, and then it gets even worse. The silver people are like silver, gold. I love silver and gold, right?
Yeah.
Love silver. I was saying it was the most undervalued asset, right? I said I love silver, and like these people hate crypto. And it's like these people need to shut up, because silver, as much as I love it, when the price went to $120, you couldn't sell it. It had zero liquidity when the price went up for the common man. And
that's okay. And that is something I don't want to just skip over because that is a reality. We have some friends and family looking for, places to sell, and like it's like it went to a point, and then because then it became so volatile, which, how volatile is $20 and $25 at the beginning of the year last year, and now it's $70-$80 and moving. But when it's like when it got over that tipping point of 100, then they got scared, the buyers, and they weren't trusting. And I guess maybe I wonder if it's because it was splitting, because you were seeing that the price was really what they were selling the paper for. And you started seeing a split in paper price and physical price. And it became more obvious the higher it went up.
But the crazy thing is it worked opposite, where really the physical price is always higher than the paper price. In this case, the paper price became higher than the physical price on the street, at least for the common man. And that's my beef with why silver and gold people they have no right to ever again, ever say anything bad about cryptos. Ever. You couldn't fucking sell the stuff when it spiked up, and you couldn't sell it. I don't want to hear from any of these people. But you shut up. I will debate these people to no end. I am so serious about this. You couldn't sell the stuff.
Okay, I have one more pushback on you. Okay. So remember when crypto started running in the same direction, and all the exchanges would start shutting down. Coinbase wouldn't let you trade. Oh, you could have it, but you can have it.
Okay.
You pay for your burger today, I'll give it to you next Tuesday, all that shit. So kind of the same.
That's because the platform would crash. But when cryptos spike, they usually in an exchange, but also too, you can always go through DeFi, and DeFi is the best liquidity when the price is pumping. So that's my point. You couldn't even, these people wouldn't even want to swap you silver for gold at that when the price went up. They don't want to do nothing. So that was my point, that crypto, it's easier to sell. You can sell whatever. You could sell $100,000 in the next minute from your phone, and you could do whatever you want. You could sell it for, if you want to play in the bank world and wait for the money to deposit, you could do that. Or you could go through DeFi, you could swap for another coin, right? If people want dollars and stable coins become more popular, they could take a stable coin. So she has DeFi and stuff becomes more popular. But that's my, and again, I love silver still. I'm still so bullish on silver. I just think we need to stop fighting each other. We all need to get along. We're all fighting the same fight. It's us versus them, not us versus us. And we're like the Bloods and the Crips. Even worse, but what happened with the Bloods and the Crips, if you study gangs and stuff and what they did to each other, it's not only the Bloods versus the Crips, they fight each other. Sure, the government helped push that along. They self implode because there's different sets of the Crips. So it's this street or this neighborhood is their one set, the other one, they fight each other. It's not, so that's what crypto did with oh no, I'm this coin, I'm that coin. You're this. Oh no, proof of stake. Oh no, proof of work. Oh no, blah, blah. And it's just yo, shut up.
Just know it's outside of the Fed centralized control system. And find those people that you can barter with.
Yes.
Don't even use the word sell. Maybe we should quit using the word sell, because really we are bartering with one another. Whether if I'm bartering with you on, I want to get rid of my Bitcoin and you have some silver, I'm bartering with you of what the market price is. Hey, I see this on this exchange, that on this exchange. But you and I ultimately, if it's a peer-to-peer exchange, we're the ones that make the decision.
Yep.
In a free market, and we're really bartering. We're not selling or buying anything.
And it's funny you say that. So that's where my argument leads to why I'm so mad at like a lot of like people in like the silver and gold community, because if they don't embrace cryptos now, if they keep hating it and they're like, oh, crypto, it's, it's whatever, and just totally discredit it, right? What happens when they do take cash away and people want to sell their gold or silver or barter? Well, then what do? They take cash away. Now you can only get government coin or your bank's coin, right? You can only get Bank of America coin, right? Something like that. And then they say, oh, no, sorry, we're going to freeze that because that came from silver or gold transaction. We can track it. What happens then? So that's my whole thing of why I'm so mad, because they need to, and everybody needs to embrace each other. I mean, let's face it, the best thing to sell cryptos for in the price pumps is silver or gold.
I think so, because it's it is one of the most stable. I mean, as over the years,
sound money.
Yeah, it's in your possession. It's outside centralized control. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for you to.
You always should look to take profit in life and take advantage of opportunities, but you don't want to take profit in the manner where you sell everything back into dollar. And you were smart enough to see the trend of the dollar devaluing and all the inflation and all that, knowing they could take the system down whenever they want, knowing this was a lifeboat out of it, knowing this was your hedge against all that. And then you jump back into that system. Yeah, you made some profit, but now you jumped back into the lion's den. Why not take the profit and stay out of the lion's den? Hey, let's move into another
hard asset,
another hard asset, because let's say say you have Bitcoin and the price of, you say, okay, I'm going to sell Bitcoin and the price goes to 200,000, right? The price goes to 200,000 and you owned Bitcoin because you felt like the dollar was being devalued and inflation and debt, right? A lot of people even normies might start to give you that reason now because of inflation or whatever. So now you sell your Bitcoin for silver, for gold, and Bitcoin keeps running because the system is being taken down and goes to 3, 4, 5, 600,000. Well, what do you think's happening to the silver that you traded into? What do you think's happening to the gold that you traded into? It's not being devalued. It's another hard asset. So you're locking in your profit and your freedom.
And that's something you can build on and continue to build on, and then go back to the thought of bartering for other hard assets that you can hold in your possession, and I guess that's where I totally get, and I guess that was part of my question. Like, are we falling into the trap of they've always, and we talked about a little bit before we got started on the show, you were talking about, the Bitcoin guy hates this guy and this guy hates that guy. And now they're showing in the Epstein files that, there was this concerted effort to have Maxis attack XRP and XRP attack Maxis and all this distraction, when the real enemy is the Fed and central banks. And the 14
to hate each other. Like I said, I was always shocked when I set out on the Litecoin journey, and I was like talking about payments, and I was like thinking to myself, like, everyone in crypto is going to love this. I'm like helping with adoption. Let them, and I was like, they're my biggest hurdle or obstacle.
Dude, I know.
They're my biggest obstacle. The
Yeah.
people that don't know anything are at least excited. They're like, woo, your video got views. I got customers. Like, yeah, like they're happy about it. They don't even know about crypto. The freaking people that know about crypto are like, whoa, no, my coin's faster, or this, or that, or it's a shit coin, and blah.
Mhm.
It's just like, like enough.
Yeah.
Like that's why when we would do those crypto parties or whatever at like the bars, and we would I would have them accept whatever cryptos that people were coming requested.
Yes.
I didn't care about. I was like, whatever. It's a crypto. They want to pay with it. Like, cool. Like, it worked. Like that. That's cool. If there's a wallet that you show me that supports it, like, we'll let them take it for payment. Like, it's not. This isn't too hard. All hands on deck. Like, let's.
Yeah, that was really great. Where when we were traveling, especially when we went to Jersey, and you're there. I think that's Paulie's favorite bar to go to. He always talks about that one. But you had helped them set up the wallet for tips for the bartenders and payment and whatever. And that way they could see it happening in front of them. But you did give the option of, we have lots of friends that have many different favorite coins or this and that, whatever. And I think that's where crypto has to jump that next the cross chain, the email moment, when it went from being, you're siloed in AOL or you siloed in Gmail and you can only talk to the people in there.
Now AOL can email Gmail.
And now email. Yeah. Anybody can email anyone. Yeah. And that has to happen for crypto payments.
And I think that's all being built.
Yeah.
That's coming. And how it's going to be used, I think unfortunately a lot of that's going to be used more for AI and things which is it really going to go to we the people? I feel like we the people are getting steered into whatever the politicians or the TV or their favorite influencer like tells them, you know what I mean? But I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for the people that the OGs of, and anybody watching this show, you're an OG of crypto, right? You're an OG of freedom. If you own Litecoin, right? You're going to have such an opportunity to make money from the Litecoin by putting it to work. Yeah. And look at things like Litecoin VM that's being built right now. I believe the test net for that launches this quarter.
Okay.
And that's going to empower a lot. That's going to do everything Ethereum does. And they're going to be able to port over a lot of the apps and run it on Litecoin through this Litecoin VM, Litecoin virtual machine. And the people that own Litecoin right now are going to be able to put a lot of it up into different smart contracts and things and earn yield. And that to me is the ultimate freedom. If you can make money from your Litecoin in a decentralized, trustless manner that's empowering freedom potentially for people, if not AI, right? But either way, all this AI and stuff's coming by us putting Litecoin in a smart contract or not isn't going to impact if the AI revolution comes or not, right? Let's be serious. This stuff's all coming. So we might as well capitalize on it. And you could look at yourself as a landlord of all this stuff that's coming, landlord of the future. I still want to live my normal life. I tell people I want to do my own things, go to the same restaurants I always went to, do the same stuff I always did, right? Mm-hmm. But if all this AI and virtual shit's coming, we might as well make money from it, especially if we own Litecoin or we own these coins that we've been into for a while and we know how to do this stuff, operate smart contracts. More importantly, in the future, most people won't ever have self-custody of their crypto. That's so key. We know how to have self-custody. We understand that. So that's the difference between, do you physically own the property or he's like, oh yeah, you own it, but you know you don't have the keys for it, right? And
Right.
essentially, it's like, think about it that way. If you have a property somewhere, do you want to have the keys and access to that property so you can go to it any time? Or it's just like the computer says, nah, you own this property. Don't worry about the key. You don't need that. You don't need to ever go there and see it. You just trust us that you got it, kind of thing, right?
Trust us. Yeah. Well, and that's what fiat is based in trust. And of course, they've broken all of our trust. I think when I hear you talking about that and thinking about like moving from hard asset to hard asset and keeping in mind like the bartering kind of thing, even in the future, if we thought of it like you were just saying, it's property, it's like land, or it's a hard asset. If we stop talking about it as money, I think that's where the real growth happens. If I say, you know what, I have 1,400 Litecoin eggs and I need to buy your BCH or whatever Zach said, stakes, how much can we trade, swap, barter, and stop seeing it in and stop valuing it in dollars? If we would value it for what use case can I do with, I need to do something on lit VM, so I need to use my BCH stakes to get some Litecoin eggs so I can create something on lit VM.
That's the hope, Lisa. The problem is we get that, but most of the world, they are doing such a good job at manipulating into thinking of it as number go up, price pump and dump, crash. Think about it, how many times you see even silver crash. Crypto, silver crash. Silver was at $20 last year. Silver crash. Right. But if you, I'm telling you, there could be somebody who could walk down the road and tell them you own silver, and they say, "Oh, I feel really bad for you."
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I heard it went down.
I heard the price crashed. I feel so bad for you. I feel bad for me. I feel bad for you. You don't feel bad for me. I feel bad for you. But
that's crazy.
But that's how they got us thinking. So that's, I feel like where we beat them is that we're going to be able to put Litecoin to work. We're the people that know. We're in the know. So we're going to be the people that, look, not only know how to do it, have the opportunity to do it. Because in the future, I don't think it's going to be easy with fiat to get non-custodial crypto. I really don't, because I think in the future, you're going to be having to buy crypto with fresh, dry powder.
Okay.
With your stable, your government coin, whatever they give us to use, and it's going to have complete control. And they might say, oh, you know what? You can't buy crypto right now because of such and such. You owe money on your.
You tweeted something.
You tweeted something. Your credit score is low. Crypto's too risky for you right now. You owe a lot of credit card debt. You didn't pay your taxes last year. Whatever reasons they give us, I do not think it's going to be easy to get your hands on physical crypto that you can get in your own wallet in the future once they change everything over to whatever's coming. So I feel like the opportunity is for us that have been in this for a while. We have these cryptos. We have these hard assets. We're in. You're either in or you're out at a certain point, I feel like. And then they got everybody like where they want them. It's like whatever you got, you got. You got, you know what? Your fiat, yeah, you can use that for your regular normal people bills and whatnot. But that, you know what? You're not gaining any value from that. And you can't go into our side at a certain point because they'll let you come out of our side.
Right.
Yeah. They'll let us trade out. They just won't let us trade back in with the.
Well, and if you do, then like we've already seen, was it Coinbase? I can't remember. Somebody like either leaked or gave the IRS everybody's information, or maybe the IRS was trying to get it. No, I can't remember the exact story. I'll have to do my research on that to be able to talk about that again. But there was some leak or issue, or they were maybe it was just a concern that people were having, like, well, it could be subpoenaed, just like they do in banking with the suspicious reporting or whatever over so many dollars.
Activity reports.
Yeah, that they could be forced to turn those kind of things in.
If you're doing anything in that system, if they want to, they'll get, not only that, it's requirements, but if you're somewhere, even if you think you're somewhere in the world, like, you know, I won't name names, but I guess I'll say people used to deal with that Caleb and Brown, and they were like, oh, and I was not knocking them. I don't know anything about these guys, right? I'm not knocking them at all. But I always said, look, don't think if you're buying from them and, they don't have your info at any point in time, they can't get it or they won't get it. I'm like, trust me. And that's exactly what happened. They changed. They had to, because I'm sure they came down on them in the world, the banking industrial complex. Once they want the info, they're getting it. If you're in that banking world,
it's a dark, dirty world, and I keep waiting for it to burn down. We had that first bank fail now 2 Fridays ago, right? It wasn't last Friday. It was a Friday before. And it's kind of been quiet since then. We're coming up on Valentine's Day, and there's a lot of things happening with, Pam Bondi shouting about, I almost thought that was like to put that in people's mind, the 50,000, whatever, or it was,
the Dow 50,000. Yeah. Focus on that.
Was that to put that in people's mind, because then they're going to see what it dropped so quickly after? Like, do you see some crash coming like that, where they're trying to imprint in people kind of little pieces of different parts of the markets?
Well, the stock market really can't crash, because they have complete control of it with the circuit breakers, the Fed, I mean, let's face it, they have such control of what these markets do. The reason that they say silver went down so much today was because of a good jobs report. What the hell does a good jobs report have to do with the silver market? Please explain that to me. Explain that to me. But this is what they can do. So the stock market, honestly, you could really, with how much control they have, they'll never, and whoever, you're just never going to see a stock market. It's too important to them. The stock market is too important to the system.
To they.
And so you'll never see, there'll be reasons why it'll go down a little bit. And then the Fed will come out and say something, or they'll do this or that. It's all theater for us to, like, even during COVID, they did they wanted to run the stock market down so they could do certain things. So they ran the stock market down. It's on the TV. The circuit breakers kick in. It's playing on your dopamine. It's like social media. You're like, oh my God, stock market, the Dow. People don't even own stocks. They're like, oh, the Dow.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So they just have such control, and then they, like, not only do the circuit breakers kick in, the stock market shuts down if it drops too much, right? So they cool things off. They then they'll buy up the market, the Treasury, the Fed, whatever they have to do, they'll buy up the market until it eventually turns, or it's all algorithmic trading. So they can just buy up the market till eventually it kicks those algorithmic trading bots in the other direction. The market runs up, and then it's
similar to, so there was a thing, where Zillow, allegedly, and some other company or something, a lot of these, maybe it's some BlackRock owned thing or something, they were basically running up the housing market by just trading title back and forth. And so they could set the price at whatever, because it didn't hurt the other one, because he's going to sell him $1 million house and he's going to swap him back $1 million house. So everybody's technically the same, but meanwhile, they're pushing the market up like this. We have this fake inflated housing bubble price right now. But they can do the same thing in the stock market, I guess, because it's a closed
Sure.
circuit. It's centralized. So
Yep.
they can push and push and push and keep trading in their wallets back and forth with each other, their accounts. But it's really just two old boys setting the price, you know?
It's a just what Buckeye Zach's talking about, bubbles bursting and these asset bubbles getting blown up so much. And you think about it, housing, the stock market, housing, the price of housing is crazy it's out of reach for young people.
Yeah.
It's out of reach. In my area where I live in northern Jersey, for a 3 or 4 bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, 2,000 square feet, tiny yard, you're looking at $800,000-$900,000, possibly $1 million for that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So how do people afford that? Then the interest rate's high. Then the taxes are high. You're probably paying your property tax in that kind of house.
Oh, and you're forced to have insurance by your mortgage holder.
I mean, guess what?
Super high.
Guess what the property on a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that's 2,000 square feet. That's not a big house, right?
Right. That's a nice house. That's a great size. Yeah.
It's a good size, but it's not a huge house.
No.
I'd say a big house, you're getting over 3,000 square feet.
Right.
4,000 square feet's like a McMansion, like one of those. Right? I think that was what that was.
You're not helping me.
So either way, but that 2,000 square foot, 3 or 4 bedroom house, the property tax in northern New Jersey is on that's probably $17,000 a year.
My God.
So
how much is the
reach a rent? If you want to rent a house like that, it's $6,000 a month. Rent, $6,000 a month. Wow. So, and now education. Look at now. Not that people should be going to get this woke indoctrination camp, anyways. But either way, if you want to do that, which a lot of young people do, it's outpaced the rate of inflation like by 500% since the 70s.
That's very true.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So now people can't, out of state college that's like it might be 80,000-90,000 a year.
Yeah.
So now you got that. Now you got, it's just crazy how and it's all because of money printing and government involvement.
Mm-hmm.
They got involved in all these things. Now, did they do it for our benefit? They drove up the price of housing and they said, oh, don't worry, but we're going to keep giving mortgages to more and more people. And you could put up less and less money, which yeah, you have to when the house becomes worth when the house becomes $1 million, you have to offer people better mortgages but don't worry, they'll give mortgages to anybody. And then,
that puts the asset in the bank's pocket, not yours.
It puts the asset in the bank's pocket, not yours. So they get us to not own the assets. They get involved. They drive the price up. It just shows how they've robbed the wealth from we the people.
Yes.
They've robbed the wealth from us.
Absolutely. Well, not to leave on a negative note, because there isn't a way to fight back and that's listening to Johnny, people like Johnny and all these wonderful people with great information. But we keep focusing on have the wealth in your own possession and look at hard assets and think about bartering hard asset to hard asset and you setting the market, right?
Yeah. And not only that, look, a lot of us are builders, or maybe we influence and encourage maybe people that are in the gold and silver community, if we know about crypto, hey, maybe in the future you'll be buying people's gold and silver and paying them via Litecoin, paying them via whatever. They say, oh, Litecoin's involved. It's not paying via US dollar coin or Tether or whatever whatever. Digidollar. I think Digibytes.
They're doing $1. Yeah.
Whatever it is, if you want to pay with it and it's an interoperable system, so be it. Whatever that. But either way, I think it's embracing and building these networks and things. I think are important for us to all have our eyes and ears open. We all have to be ambassadors of this to get to the point we want to go to.
Yeah, I think so. And just to give a quick plug for our friends, as you mentioned, the DigiDollar, Blind Dave and Westwood did a show today. I think it was 2 Central. But check out that show. It's kind of unpacking the DigiDollar and helping people understand it a little bit more. None of this is financial advice or investment advice or any of that kind of advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't even know why I'm saying this because I'm so shadow banned. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to say it anyway. So if you're able to see this, please give us a like and share the video because we're not able to share it ourselves.
I can't share our own video.
It's so ridiculous. Okay. Well, I don't know why they're so scared of little us, but whatever. I hope everybody has a great night. Johnny, thanks again for spending some time with us. And it's always great to see you. Hope to see you again.
Yes. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. You guys take care and check out the WBRT from this morning as well. That was a great show.